Hey, what's up guys? Brad with the Squared Away Everyday channel, and if you have not had a chance yet, please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you dig it. Today we're going to be checking out the TRD Pro Forerunner wheels, is kind of what everybody knows it as, but essentially it really is a TRD Pro SEMA wheel is what it is. We'll take a look at just the general specs on it, what I think of the wheel, my experience on both vehicles that I've had it on, which is a Toyota Tacoma and a Forerunner. And I'll just kind of let you know if I think it's worth it, what I think of its off-road performance, and just generally why there's so much hype around this wheel to begin with. So let's take a look at it. The TRD Pro SEMA wheel. What an awesome wheel. Very iconic. If you own a Forerunner, you've probably seen this wheel before and you've probably wanted it. And if you don't own a Forerunner, you've probably seen this wheel and wanted it. It's an incredibly aesthetically pleasing design. But my experience with this wheel has been very good. I live in Colorado up at elevation, and this sees a lot of magnesium chloride, tree roots and stumps and just shit like that. I don't really take it off-road to the extent I do like my Tacoma. Now that it's all tricked out the way that it is, it has certainly done that type of stuff, but in a lighter capacity than what the Tacoma does nowadays. But to this point, the finish has held up very well. I would imagine if you took like a rock and scraped it against it, obviously it would scrape it up pretty good. But the good thing is it's an aluminum wheel, so you're not going to rust this thing out. It's an aluminum alloy wheel. And when we're talking about just the Toyota TRD sect in the company, they really do produce some of the finest products for the Toyotas in general. We're talking about a masterclass engineering and design that has gone into this wheel here, and it's one of their most popular wheels that they've got. So when they designed this wheel, they wanted it to fit a couple different boxes. So the first one, they didn't want it to be too heavy, so it's a relatively light wheel at 25 pounds, which honestly, for a 17-inch wheel as strong as it is, and it is very strong, the alloy that they use, 25 pounds is very light, and that is really good. They also wanted the wheel to be not only durable, but to dissipate heat very well. So whether you're braking and speeding up a lot, or you have like a lot of weight on the vehicle and you're using your brakes a lot coming downhill, they wanted the brakes to be able to dissipate heat, and so they wanted there to be a lot of airflow coming through these wheels, and again, they've done a great job at that. Aside from that, they wanted, when you're going around the corners and just cornering in general, they wanted maximum stability. So they have a positive 4mm offset on the actual wheel itself, and then they have 4.5 inches of back spacing. So the offset pushes the wheel to the wheel well a little bit more and kind of gives it more of a flat look rather than like a deep dish wheel, if you know what I'm talking about. But what that does is it makes a slightly more aggressive stance for the actual vehicle, which looks very good, but it also plants the vehicle a lot better too. It doesn't get so wide that you're now throwing everything out of spec, but it's wide enough that it plants the vehicle in a very good way, and the cornering is very good with these wheels. Aside from that, what have we hit here? It's lightweight, aesthetically pleasing, it dissipates heat, and the cornering is very good. I think that's about it. I've pretty much hit everything there. Now for the actual specs, it is a 17-inch diameter wheel and 7 inches wide. So it's from bead to bead, it's 7 inches wide, which honestly, when you start to, let's say you lift your vehicle and you want to put a bigger tire on here, you really need to be a little bit careful about how wide you go. Because being that it's a 7-inch diameter from bead to bead, or I'm sorry, a 7-inch width from bead to bead, you really shouldn't be putting like a super wide tire on these, because you could lose a bead, essentially is what that is. So this is currently running a 275/70 R17 tire, and that's fine. We're within spec there. It's not too wide to where it's going to be losing a bead or anything like that, but definitely something to pay attention to. And when you go to buy your set of tires, make sure that you look at what size wheel is actually going to fit that specific tire size that you've picked out. So you can call the manufacturers like BF Goodrich or whoever, and they'll give you the data on that. But anyway, that's my only gripe against the wheels, that it's a little bit narrow. But again, they did that for weight, and they did that for maneuverability. So to this point, this has been a very good wheel on both my vehicles. Lightweight, durable. The finish has held up very nicely through all the Colorado winters. I think this particular set has been through 3 Colorado winters at this point, and it's held up really, really well. So if you're looking for a wheel that is aesthetically pleasing, one of the best on the road, it's lightweight, durable, and there's a good amount of engineering that went into it for heat dissipation and all that kind of stuff, then definitely take a look at the Toyota TRD Pro SEMA wheel or the Toyota TRD Pro 4Runner wheel if you're looking for a new set of wheels for your 4Runner or Tacoma. That's pretty much it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one.